experience and just left in and puzzled together little sentences where he's using literally A1 level, what's your name, my name is, vocabulary and conversation. So this would have to be something that is done live streaming. Then that's proof of at least a certain level, not fluency, but still.
Ku jeton ti?
Unë jam nga Brazil.
Sa mirë flis ke shqipe, bravo.
Nesër shqip sepse mendoj se kjo gjuhë është shumë e bukur. Unë thjesht po përpiqem të flas me njerëzit këtu.
Okay, basically the reviewers for...
And he also may have been, it was so far away and so low res that he may have literally been reading. Like imagine he has got the chat on the left and then he has got a script on the right. And then he knows that if he says, what's your name? And the girl says, Alessia. And then she's like, what's your name? And he's, or whatever, where are you from? And then he's like, I'm going to say where I'm from, and then I'm going to say, I really like learning your language. So like the little script, because if you ask someone what's your name, they're not going to answer back with, this is my take on the current geopolitical events, or they're not going to respond by starting to talk about astronomy, are they? So that was kind of a A1 level, but let's see what Evil Dia says.
Albanian were everywhere in between from... he's probably reading a script. Maybe
Right.
he's touched the language a little bit, down to the guy's a complete load of shit, and he's not pronouncing the language correctly at all.
And that is a massive indicator of he's pretending to be a level that is not. If pronunciation is... you don't have to sound native. Most people can't even reach it. But at least precision in the basic vowel, consonants, overall pace of the language is to be expected by someone who claims to be fluent. And if you claim to be a master, I'm expecting like you are up there with some of the best speakers.
So you can see right now the reviewers basically jump between, you know, being honest and being honest, but, you know, a little bit kind. My viewers are kind. They try to think the best about people, but some of them will just tell you the truth. Specifically this one right about here. This guy is full of shit on at least Albanian and Greek. Well, I guess that covers off Greek. Okay, we're still in the A's, I guess. Armenian.
Խոսը տասի լեզումեք ռոպևես պակա ժամանակուն։ Բարև ձեզ։
Բարև։
Ինչպես եք։
Լավ ենք, դու ոնց ես։
Ես էլ լավ եմ, շնորհակալ եմ։ Ինչ եք անում։
Ինչ մարդենք մանգալ խոսանք։
Yeah, and someone calls him my professor. Man, that is, yeah.
Աչելի հանդիպյա ձեզ։
Մեզ էլ։
Ես հայեր եմ սովորեցի, քանի որ կարծում եմ, որ այս լեզուն գեղեցիկ է։
Դու բրազիլացի ես։
Ահա, ես Բրազիլիայից եմ։
Լավ ես խոսում։
Շնորհակալ եմ։
The first video is definitely a fake, according to this person here, because he's just used Google Translate and he's worked off the pronunciation provided by Google Translate, and Google Translate actually doesn't pronounce Armenian correctly. Now, if you take a look at my screen right now, he has videos for pretty much every single language that you could possibly think of that is of Slavic origin or East European origin. And of course, then he's got the occasional European languages in there. And it's just language after language after language doing the exact same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, the message he's saying to spread is, look at me, I'm a genius. I am a genius. I can do what no one else can, even though what he did in Italian, it's the opposite. Anyone can do that, proves nothing. But he's trying to push the message that he can do what no one else can. And if you too want to do that, give me money.
Now, I'm not going to cover off all of these languages. In fact, when I was making this video, I got at least 30 minutes into it, and I realized I was only 25% of the way through his languages. So we're going to have to rely on that Google Doc, which is this doc right here. It covers off every single language, and it includes critiques from both...
I love how methodical Evil Dia is. Goodness gracious, man.
Natives and learners of those languages, and multiple critiques. And then obviously it includes sections for those languages where we couldn't find someone to critique those languages. Funnily enough, English right there, because, well, we didn't have any proper videos, but you got my critique based on the tiny little bit that we had.
Yeah.
And he includes languages like
Inuktitut
over here, like the most random of languages. Yes, someone out there would want to learn it, but these are the types of languages you learn as a hyperpolyglot, or you say you learn, so no one can check you on it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, unfortunately for him, I have a community of people who are crazy about the most random of languages. And this list just goes on and on and on and on. Link will be in the description for those who want to review it. Now, for the...
Hey, Evil Dia, if you want to expand your power, let me know, because I'm going to let people know. Like, you have my complete support when it comes to expanding the number of people that can work on this document and cover also people from my community. I'm more than up. Give me that link, mate. I wouldn't want anything. You don't even need to shout me out for it. I'll just put it under every one of my videos so that my community too can come and join and help.
Guy who features in this video, I want to say this. Stop with your bullshit about being a hyperpolyglot. Don't think you're safe by just speaking in Portuguese and not appearing in the English world. Anyone who's actually interested in languages will learn your language eventually, find you and call you out for your bullshit, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Instead, what you should do is focus on actually just improving your Russian, maybe, you know, learning Ukrainian to a proper level along the side of that, and getting a job related to that. Maybe 40 years from now, when you've got 10 or 15 languages actually under your belt, then you can go out and start selling courses.
But to be honest, you can sell courses even if you have 1 or 2 languages, but they are actually mastered. Then I don't have a problem with you selling a course. You don't need 15. I'm not strawmanning Evil Dia, but I'm just adding to that. You don't really need to, like, the 15 languages thing is like, just do it if it's really your passion. Just your passion. You love it. Then by all means, try to double down in 40 languages. Just don't do the fake polyglot thing.
You're a young guy who's like, I can't remember, 20 years old or something. This is not the time to try be the hyperpolyglot, freaking Giga Chad. I don't know, Andrew Tate of the language world. It's not going to work out for you. Now, unfortunately for you, you have been caught out. And there's nothing you can do about this at this point. The best thing you can do if you actually speak all these languages, which we know you don't, is to make long-form videos with natives actually speaking these languages without a bunch of jump.
Or go live.